the King's Mouth as a experience and as an installation, it seemed to be moving along, and it would seem like it was working, and the more of the little dynamic sort of gimmick little moments that we put into the soundtrack thing of it, it seemed to get better and better. And the curator of the very first installation where it was going to go, the curator there suggested that he had seen some of the sketches and drawings that I had done, and even drawings that I had sent to him, sort of explaining, you know, how it could work or whatever. And he suggested, sort of on a whim, just to maybe I should do some drawings, that some sketches, and maybe that could explain a little bit. So I didn't really have a thorough story, but I started to draw a series of 10 little sort of paintings, sort of drawings, sort of collages, not having any idea of if they would work or if they would be connected or if it would be entertaining or not. So the first one that I did was a picture of a woman. She's sitting in like a brain chair, and it sort of gave me a little bit of a vibe, and it sort of gave me a little bit of a place, but it didn't really belong anywhere. Though I liked it, and it gave me a little bit of a stylistic way to work. And the very first one that I did that sort of felt like it was really telling some element of the story of the King's Mouth was where he's sort of already, the king, the giant king, is already dead, and the villagers, or the people in the little city that he lives in, they've sort of gathered around for a little bit of some kind of funeral, but they're also cutting off his head. So I just immediately got to, somehow the king, this giant king, is dead, and they're cutting off his head, and that sort of set me in motion. And then I sort of went quickly to the very beginning of the story, where he's born already a giant, sort of strange-looking blue baby or something, and his mother dies giving childbirth, and that one turned out really good. And then I just started to fill in little gaps in the story, and I think it really, there's an element of when you really don't know what it is that you're doing, I think part of your subconscious is always urging you, like, that if it could be anything, it may as well be this, and it may as well be that. And I think that really helped me a lot. The more that I would piece together, a piece in the middle, a piece in the beginning. Of course, we knew how it ended with this big head that you walk into. I was just sort of using whatever idea hit me at the moment, sort of because it was all needed to be done quite quickly. And so if I was going to do one and then have to do it over, at least I'd say, well, I got that out of the way, now I can redo it or something. But they all started to work out pretty well. And so I'd do a little bit of the sketch and put the stickers and things on there, and it really did. I think the idea of the story part of it, I think the idea of the story, me being able to tell the story of the King's Mouth, I think that part really appeals to the way that I like to present ideas, and the way that I like to present music, and my own story within this fantasy story. And the king, though he was dead, little by little, the king was coming to life.